Good morning. So today is day 3 of the road trip. We just stopped by, spent the night here in Longmont, Colorado, and I gotta say, this is such a beautiful place. This reminds me a lot of home, especially with the Rocky Mountains in the back now. And we're gonna go get some fuel, and we're gonna go to Kansas City. That's the plan today. It's about 600 miles. So hopefully the trip's gonna be good. We don't have any issues, and let's get to it. So this is cool about adaptive cruise control. So the road is turning just a little bit, and the Honda, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's turning for me and staying within the lane, so I don't need to keep my hands on the wheel. And then after about 15 seconds, the steering bar pops up. So I was just stopped by to get some gas because we're going to be going for quite a while, but I didn't realize that my GoPro case cracked, the lens did, just because of the heat outside here in Colorado. That's actually pretty crazy that it would have cracked like that. So we're going to have to get another one. Luckily, I thought it was like a rock chip or something, so we're just going to have to risk the GoPro without any protection for the remainder of the trip. But oh well, it is what it is. You just gotta keep going. So as we've been climbing higher and higher, I've been experiencing that hood oscillation due to the high winds up here in Colorado. So we're going about 72 miles an hour, and we're getting a lot of that at this moment, just because of just the sheer amount of wind. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video though. So that's new for the trip so far. Well, we are right now, I don't know how high we are, but in Colorado it seems like we've kind of peaked the height, and it's really windy up here. That's kind of the new and latest update. It's pretty cool because we've seen a lot of wind farms in this area, so it actually makes sense because of the amount of wind that we're experiencing, crosswind we're experiencing right now with that trailer. So I had to slow down a little bit just because the back has been kind of wobbling a little bit here and there. So something I'm watching out for. But still doing pretty well. Transmission's 219 degrees, and yeah, I mean the worst it had, I think the worst the transmission's got so far this trip, it's been like 233 degrees. Or actually no, 239 I think. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty good. This truck is chugging along, taking all these hills like a champ. It's a good thing we didn't take I-70 going through the Rocky Mountains, because probably would have struggled really bad, because going up through Wyoming, we did have quite a bit of hill ascending to do to get up to Colorado, and that was probably one of the more challenging portions of this trip. So anyways, just a quick update on what's going on, where we are right now. We are leaving Colorado, entering Kansas. Let's check out this weigh station. I'm really curious to see how much we weigh, because I did stop by last time and I just went by too quickly and I didn't see how much I actually weighed. Oh, is it closed? It's not gonna work? Oh, let's see. 2,700, 2,800, 6,160. So 6,160 pounds is what got registered. I don't know if that's fully accurate, but at least now we know. Alrighty, so we just stopped by some rest area right here in Colorado. Actually, no, this is Kansas. Here's the truck. So far, been doing really well. Doing a great job. The only thing that people said is pretty normal, but we had these like bubbles on the tires. And it seemed about the same since I left. So we just took a nap, played some frisbee, and now we gotta get back. So we're going through Kansas, and we actually have to make a quick stop, probably for about like 20 minutes or so, because the Honda Ridgeline is actually starting to experience some pretty serious overheating. And again, might be because it's hot outside. It's like 90, let's see here. It's only 90 degrees, but it is high altitude. And we were hitting about 280 degrees on the temperature. So before anything starts happening, we just took the exit and we're just gonna wait it out. So about 20 minutes, we're gonna wait, and hopefully everything will calm down and we get a little bit cooler, and then we'll continue the trip. So that's just an update of what's going on right now. I'm a little upset that it's getting that hot, but hey, this is the trip, and this is a lot of weight still, so just gotta protect it as best as we can. Okay, so we just let the truck cool down for about 20 minutes, and in that 20 minutes, it went from about, I think it was 278 to 206 and when I started it, so that's a good sign. It's cooled off quite a bit, actually a little bit more than I expected it to with this heat. So we're gonna continue moving on to our next destination. We got about 200 miles to go. Seems to be just fine. We've been driving for about 2 minutes, and it's at 219, so it doesn't seem to be spiking, which is good. The temperature also cooled down about 2 degrees outside, so everything seems to be going in the favor of potentially a nicer and smoother transmission temperature moving forward. But anyways, just an update, letting you guys know that everything seems to be just fine, and we're gonna see where it goes from here. Good morning. Today is day 4, Saturday, and the plan today is to make it to Tennessee, which is about 11 and a half hours away, 830 miles. So that's going to be quite a big trip, but I think that we can make it. So that way we can swap out the drivers. My brother-in-law could go home, and my father-in-law will help me out for the rest of the trip. So now we are into some more hilly countryside of Kansas, which is much more appealing than the flat plains of Colorado and Kansas. So anyways, let's get back to this trip. Alrighty, so we had to pull over here in Kansas, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of cold outside. It's been the coldest on this whole trip, 77 degrees. We're going pretty slow, about 65, 70 miles an hour, and the transmission's overheating. It was at 250 and starting to climb really rapidly. I think when I pulled over, it was almost 260. So we're gonna let it cool off for a little bit. We went and filled up 10 gallons, which is crazy because I only got 94 miles on that. So fuel has been suffering pretty severely this last leg of the trip as we're getting closer to home. So interesting, but anyways, we're gonna let it cool down and grab some food, and then we're gonna continue with the trip. Alrighty, so today is day 5. We're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's 84 degrees and humid, and I guess that's something I have to get used to down in the south. So final destination is Canton, Georgia, which is about an hour and a half away, 100 miles or so, and the Honda is doing great. That's it. We're gonna be done with this road trip, concluding it. So let's get back onto the road. So this is it. Just pulled into the neighborhood. This is the last couple hundred feet of the trip, and I haven't seen my wife and kid in about 6 weeks. So it's going to be exciting to see their reaction. And here we are pulling into the driveway. Hopefully we can make this turn right here with the trailer. There's my son. Joshua! Hey, Joshua, daj papi hug.
Daj papi hug, bыстро.
Да, трейлер. О, смотри, иди посмотри.
Look, it's all the great.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Just goes to the pool.
Да.
Let's go.
We need a poo.
Let's go play.
Let's go play. Let's go play.
Yes.
Oh, yes, let's go play.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Alrighty, now that I finished eating, we're here in Georgia, and let's do a walk around of the truck to see any of the carnage, and all of the carnage actually, that happened. And this is gonna be a fun time getting rid of this. Here's a big dragonfly that got stuck. So I have a lot of cleaning to do. Yep. What's crazy is how much the trailer got peppered. There is a lot of carnage on this trailer. This trailer definitely did some good for this environment, getting rid of all these bugs. But interesting, I'm gonna do some checks, and we're gonna go over fuel economy and stuff like that. And actually, one interesting thing is I'm kind of curious about how the tire weared during this trip, because you guys could probably see that there's actually a little bit of camber on here. I don't know how many degrees it is, but I'm curious to see how much the tire actually was wearing under this load, to see what would 3,000 miles do with a fully loaded trailer due to the rear tires. So I'll try and get that done as well. But all in all, it's good. I got a little issue here. I gotta kind of see what's going on. There's some oil underneath the tire, so maybe a CV joint or something. So I'll be taking this off to see what's going on inside on the front right. Hopefully nothing serious, but I didn't hear anything. Maybe I just had some oil from the oil change that just got splattered around and it never got wiped up. So hopefully that's just the case there. And yeah, I'm gonna go unload this trailer, and then we're gonna go into the facts, and or not the facts, but the statistics on fuel economy and some other pointers that I have for anybody else who's thinking about doing this kind of a road trip in the future, and what to expect with the Honda Ridgeline. So stay tuned for that.